Niamkapo asubuhi, jua limechomoza, uhai na tumaini jipya limetokeza. TASAF na mkakati wa kupambana na umasikini ni kama umande wa asubuhi. TASAF tegemeo jipya. TASAF awamu ya tatu. TASAF tegemeo jipya.
The government of Tanzania, through Tanzania Social Action Fund, TASAF, in collaboration with the World Bank and other development partners, has been carrying out a productive social safety net PSSN program since 2012. The successful program has been serving more than 1.1 million poor households throughout the Tanzania mainland and Zanzibar. The achievement acquired in the fight against poverty amongst the poor families is yet another testimony of the collaborative measures between the Tanzanian government and the development partners. However, the success of the productive social safety net has been possible from the brilliant efforts of TASAF staff, government officials, and other stakeholders. One of the key personnel behind the successful implementation of PSSN program is Mr Muderis Mohamed, who served as TASAF team leader from the World Bank desk in Tanzania from 2014 to 2019. The following documentary shows how active Mr Muderis has been in the PSSN implementation activities while in Tanzania.
And the plan is to have this project to the board for approval early next year, during the first quarter of 2019.
As a TASAF World Bank team leader, Mr Muderis Mohamed, among other things, was responsible to lead meetings during the joint mission activities before and after visiting field areas. While in Tanzania, Mr Muderis visited a number of areas including Unguja, Manyara, Mbeya and Pemba, just to mention few of them, where he met PSSN beneficiaries to see their achievement and the obstacles they faced in their localities, and most of the time had a word with them.
How did you decide? What was the process to decide this is a public work activity for this year?
Anauliza, nani aliamua kufanya hiki kitu, huu mradi, na mliamua vipi?
Tumependekeza kuwa huu mradi wa kitalu kwa wanajamii katika hii shehia hakuna mradi wa kitalu ambao upo. Tunaenda kusoma kwa zetu Muyuni, Mungoni. Sasa tukaona vipi ni bora tukawekeza hapa, kwa sababu wananchi wakija hapa moja kwa moja watajua katika somo tulilofanya hapa, wanachukua haya masomo na kwenda kuwekeza kwao kupata mtaji wao wenyewe.
As you have seen in both villages and also in the discussion at office, the message is very clear. The success of the project is, you can see it. And we are very happy with the performance, very much. This is an active project which is always dynamic. So you have seen how people engage in public work, productive activities. You have seen how people benefit from cash transfer, not only for consumption, but even to invest in the assets. And as a result of that, you see the change in the life of the people. And people are making change in their lives. So that's a witness. It's not about asking them how they benefit, but actually it's about observing them on the ground. So as a team, really the mission is very happy with the performance. As you have seen, she owns a big asset. She has a land, she has a big plantation of banana. So this lady is telling us she has already sold for more than, if I remember at one time, more than 400,000. So she's already making change in her life. You can see it from her face, she's very happy. She has a clear vision. She wants to invest in more assets. She wants to buy more chickens. She wants to improve her houses. So when I say an example, others beneficiaries should learn from her and follow the same progress. So the aim is not for these people to be in this program forever. The aim is to help them to support themselves and get out of poverty. So the project is on the right direction and is already making a big change in terms of the life of the people. This is not only in these villages. We have visited several villages, previous missions in the mainland, in Zanzibar. We have been in Pemba last October. So every time we go to the field, we see big change in the life of people.
Mr Muderis were also very keen to observe how PSSN beneficiaries were implementing the program.
A lot of great work you are undertaking, a very interesting public work activity which is helping not only to benefit the beneficiaries, but also which is generating useful income for the communities in this area. We are very happy with the way it is planned, and we are very confident that it will have a good impact. So first of all, I just want to say congratulations for a wonderful job you are undertaking in this area.
Mr Muderis also participated in a number of discussions with the Tanzania officials, including Zanzibar officials.
Project and you don't have a sustainability strategy, you might fail. So it's always important to incorporate sustainability strategy. It's not a concern, it is actually the design element of the project. So we have to make sure this is a small, because it's really very successful project and bringing a lot of impact. But then we need to also ensure that sustainability from all angles, in terms of implementation, in terms of financing, in terms of ownership of the communities, will have to be ensured. So this is not a concern, it's actually the design element of the implementation, and we need to monitor if the project is implemented in a sustainable way. So it's actually a positive aspect of the project to look at sustainability more carefully and more regularly. And this is also not a responsibility of donors, it's actually the responsibility of the government and the responsibility of the implementers to make sure that this important project is sustainable on the ground and will have the required impact to the people we are supporting. Tanzania is not one of the first. These kind of programs have emerged in Africa lately. They used to be more dominant in other parts of the world, in Latin America and other countries. But in Africa, Tanzania is one of the first countries which have implemented this kind of program at large scale, like 1.1 million households and like 6 million, close to 6 million people. So in addition to that, it is one of the countries where this kind of conditional cash transfer program, where people are actually linked with education and health to get benefit, is implemented at this kind of scale. So because of that, there has been a lot of visit to Tanzania from different countries, a lot of conferences, and the TASAF and the implementers in Tanzania are invited to different conferences to share lessons. So definitely Tanzania is one of the best examples of effective implementation of this kind of program.
In the course of executing his duties with the TASAF, sometimes Mr Muderis had to cross water to reach PSSN beneficiaries. His last visit in Tanzania was Mafia Island. Mr Muderis Abdullahi Mohamed was really part of TASAF family who worked hard to make sure that the productive social safety net PSSN is successfully implemented to reducing poverty amongst the poor families in Tanzania. We really worked together and made it possible, as now TASAF is one of the famous names worldwide in the implementation of social safety net programs. He couldn't hide a word when it comes to the future of TASAF PSSN program.
These people should really get out of poverty totally. There are also more people who need support. So we need to continue to work and improve. So I don't want to say now I'm satisfied and I go back and rest. No, there is a lot to do. But in terms of the performance at the current stage, what we see on the ground is really satisfactory.
TASAF family will always remember you, Mr. Muderis, and wish you a better life in your future.
TASAF na mkakati wa kupambana na umasikini ni kama umande wa asubuhi.